Alright friends, my name is Coach Hardgains and this is Savior of the Second. I've gotten a lot of questions lately about why I love the Ruger LCP so much. And really, this is absolutely by far one of my favorite pistols I've ever had. This is my first LCP. When this LCP came out, it was obviously an LCP-1 with a special edition. At the time, we called them the LCP Special. This is what it was referred to when I went to the gun shop where I purchased it from. Soon we found out that it really is a Davidson Custom with the red anodized aluminum trigger, the upgraded sights so that you actually have something to obtain a sight line with. This is not like an LCP-1. If you compare this to your average standard LCP-1, it's pretty much like a different gun. Not necessarily to that exaggeration. But firing this LCP is a very different experience than firing the standard LCP-1 that came out. I have had this gun since its release. This is one of the earlier serial numbers, and pretty much I had this on order the day it was released, got that. Then after this one, I purchased this LCP, which is very similar to this LCP, as you can tell, which is also a Davidson Custom. It also has an anodized aluminum trigger. It has slightly better sights, whereas these sights are dovetailed in, or at least the rear sight is dovetailed in. These sights are built into the slide, as you can tell. They're slightly more raised than a standard LCP-1, but not quite like this LCP-1. But it also has the better trigger, and so this fires also much better than a standard LCP-1. Now, on this one I went with a Talon grip. This one I went with a Hogue grip and a Hive mag extension. I love my Hive mag extensions. I've used them on a lot of firearms, and I've never had any issues with them. I like the way they look, and again, they've been very reliable for whatever they would provide reliability-wise. Not much, but I like them. Now, this was the latest LCP-1 that I got, which is the same as this, except with a Crimson Trace laser on it, obviously. Now, this LCP is pretty much brand new. I have not fired a lot out of this, whereas this one I have fired thousands of rounds through. This one I've probably only put about 200 rounds through, maybe. And I've never had a failure. And kind of going back to the original one, I've really never had a failure out of this. Got a jam. I don't remember the ammo I was using. This is years ago when I first purchased it. But there is something to be said about a micro that fits in the hand the way that this does and operates more like a larger handgun as opposed to something like this. The Beretta Pico, also known as the Beretta Pico. When I got this Pico, I was excited to try it, and that was about it. After I tried it, I hated it. Still hate it. I think it's garbage. I would never trust this in an EDC configuration. I would never trust this at home. I would never trust this. I can't tell you how many times I have gotten my fingers stuck in the slide. I have cracked a nail trying to pick this slide release, which is very sharp. And then this damn mag release is ridiculous. Yes, we're empty. The mag release is like, it's almost like you can't even operate it with your thumb. You have to operate it with the thumb and your forefinger and push down together, and it's still sharp as hell. The slide, as much as I've cleaned this, as much as I've oiled it, I'm not a weak guy. Let's just put it that way. This slide is garbage. It's heavy as shit. The springs are crap. And it's so thin, being the thinnest micro in the world, that no matter what, I've had a Hogue grip on here, put a Talon grip on here, it sucks ass. That is what I think of the Beretta piece of shito. It's a novelty piece. I'll never shoot it again. I have no reason to, no need to. And I'm sorry, but if you love this gun, that's your option, your opinion. You're entitled to it. But there's nothing that I like about this gun other than the fact that it looks kind of cool. But it looks like a novelty item. If you are a Beretta Pico user, and if for any reason, like myself, you need to carry a micro around frequently, which I do because I'm always in gym clothes. So carrying a micro is important to me because it conceals well, especially at my size. I'm 5'10", 185 pounds currently, and I have a 29-inch waist, 30-inch pant, so I print very easily. Now this LCP with the hoe grip is so damn comfortable in the hand. But even then, without the hoe grip and just the talon grip, it sits very comfortably. The shape of the handle, the angle of the handle is perfect for a micro. Again, for my hands, this is perfect. The hoe grip just gives you a little bit more to obtain, and it makes it a little bit more comfortable when you are realigning, because they are pretty jumpy. There's not a lot of recoil in firing them, but they are jumpy. So once you learn how to control the jump, you learn how to control the bump. Don't even know what that means. It's very late and I need some sleep. But I need to make this video because, frankly, it's the only time I have with the other channels and my other companies, and as a single father with 5 children under the age of 18 at home. I'm going to go to bed now. But friends, if you are looking into a micro, I know there's the Max. The Max is a good gun. And I know there's more options like the new Bodyguard 2.0 and many others. I've had a Glock 42. I had 2 Glock 42s. They're great. They're fine. But if I'm going to go with a micro in a 380, I'm sticking with my LCP Special, as I like to call them. Because to me, they're special. All right, friends. That's another video. Thanks for watching. I'm Coach Hardgains. This is Savior the Second. Catch you in the next one.